is?
A casino.
Perfect. That's where we'll find the penguin.
You killer fight like a bunch of little girls. Chimichanga. These pillows are filled with baby birds.
Drop down, grab the penguins, and we are out.
Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, continues the colorful, chaotic journey of four unlikely friends who began their story as pampered zoo animals but gradually discovered the wider world beyond the walls of their comfortable home in New York. By the time this adventure begins, Alex the lion, Marty the zebra, Melman the giraffe, and Gloria the hippo have already traveled far from the familiar paths of the Central Park Zoo. Their experiences in the wild changed them, challenged them, and strengthened their friendship. Yet, deep down, they still share one simple dream: finding their way back home. The third installment of the story captures that longing while transforming it into a high-energy adventure filled with humor, spectacle, and a surprising celebration of performance and belonging. The story picks up after the group has been separated from their penguin companions, who earlier managed to escape to Monte Carlo and seemed to be enjoying a life of luxury inside a grand casino. The four friends, along with King Julien, Maurice, and Mort, finally track them down, hoping the clever penguins have devised another outrageous plan to get everyone back to New York. Their reunion inside the casino is chaotic and loud, instantly drawing attention from security and setting off a chain reaction of panic. Amid the confusion, the animals are discovered and the situation quickly spirals out of control. Their escape from the casino launches one of the film's most memorable action sequences, a chase through the glamorous streets of Monaco that introduces the story's determined antagonist. The official pursuing them is a relentless animal control officer whose obsession with capturing exotic animals borders on legendary. She sees Alex not as a personality or a friend, but as a prize, something worthy of being mounted as a trophy in her collection. Her presence transforms the animal's situation from a simple travel problem into a thrilling cat-and-mouse chase across Europe. The pursuit is exaggerated and comedic, yet it gives the film a sense of urgency and momentum. With every narrow escape, the animals realize that staying on the run indefinitely is impossible. They need a new plan, and they need it fast. That plan arrives unexpectedly when they encounter a traveling circus train heading across Europe. In a moment of improvisation that only the Madagascar crew could manage, the animals disguise themselves as circus performers and slip aboard the train. What began as a desperate hiding tactic quickly turns into the central premise of the film. The circus, though once famous, is now struggling. Its shows have grown stale, the crowds are dwindling, and the performers themselves seem tired and discouraged. The new arrivals bring a burst of chaotic energy that the circus has not seen in years, though at first their presence is met with suspicion. Among the circus performers are several colorful personalities who each bring their own flavor to the story. There is a proud Siberian tiger who leaps through rings with elegant precision, a sea lion performer whose comedic timing and enthusiasm lighten every moment, and a stern jaguar who treats the circus like a disciplined institution rather than a traveling spectacle. These characters initially view the newcomers as amateurs, but over time they begin to recognize something unique about them. Alex and his friends may not have formal training, but they possess an instinctive sense of showmanship and creativity that begins to inspire everyone around them. As the circus travels from city to city, the group must maintain their disguise while also helping improve the show so it can attract larger audiences. This challenge becomes the emotional center of the story. For Alex, the circus environment awakens a part of his identity that had been buried beneath years of routine in the zoo. Being a performer again reminds him that he is not just an animal seeking a destination, but also someone capable of entertaining, inspiring, and connecting with an audience. Marty, ever the dreamer, embraces the idea almost immediately, seeing the circus as a chance to express the individuality he's always cherished. Melman and Gloria, meanwhile, experience their own growth during the journey. Melman's nervous personality has always made him cautious about stepping outside his comfort zone, yet the circus encourages him to try daring acts that challenge his fears. Gloria provides emotional support, while also discovering that the circus values confidence and charisma as much as physical talent. Their relationship, already strengthened in previous adventures, continues to evolve as they learn to work together in the unpredictable world of performance. One of the most fascinating aspects of the story is how the circus itself becomes a metaphor for home. At the beginning, the animals see it merely as a temporary disguise, a tool that will help them avoid capture while moving closer to New York. But as rehearsals begin and new acts take shape, the circus transforms into something more meaningful. The animals begin collaborating, experimenting with colorful choreography, dazzling lights, and imaginative stunts that push the show far beyond its tired routines. The animals' wild creativity breathes new life into the entire operation. The visual spectacle of these performances becomes one of the defining elements of the film. The circus acts evolve into elaborate sequences filled with neon colors, spinning acrobatics, synchronized movements, and music that pulses with excitement. The animals learn to incorporate their natural abilities into the performances. Alex's agility, Marty's speed, Melman's towering reach, and Gloria's powerful presence all become part of a dazzling show that feels both spontaneous and carefully orchestrated. The transformation of the circus from a fading attraction into a vibrant, modern spectacle mirrors the characters' own journey toward rediscovering purpose. At the same time, the threat of capture never disappears. The relentless officer continues tracking them across Europe, leaving a trail of destruction in her pursuit. Her determination becomes almost mythic, turning each encounter into an exaggerated showdown between cunning escape artists and a hunter who refuses to admit defeat. The chase sequences inject bursts of action into the narrative, balancing the colorful circus scenes with moments of suspense and urgency. As the circus grows more successful, Alex forms a special connection with the tiger performer, whose disciplined approach to the circus initially clashes with Alex's improvisational style. Their relationship gradually evolves from rivalry to mutual respect, and eventually into something deeper. Through their interactions, the film explores themes of identity and belonging. The tiger believes the circus must follow strict traditions to survive, while Alex demonstrates that creativity and reinvention can bring new life to something old. Their collaboration ultimately becomes the catalyst for the circus's most spectacular performance. Meanwhile, the penguins continue their usual brand of strategic chaos behind the scenes. Their mechanical inventions, outrageous plans, and quick thinking often save the group from disaster. Although they may appear carefree and mischievous, their loyalty to their friends remains unwavering. They represent the unpredictable elements of the story, constantly pushing events in unexpected directions and reminding the audience that the Madagascar world thrives on absurdity and humor. As the animals move closer to their long-awaited return to New York, excitement mixes with uncertainty. The idea of finally seeing their old home again sparks nostalgia, but it also raises questions. After experiencing the freedom of travel, the thrill of performing, and the friendships formed along the way, will returning to the zoo truly feel like going home? This emotional tension builds quietly throughout the story, giving depth to what might otherwise be a purely comedic adventure. When the circus eventually reaches the United States, the animals prepare for a triumphant reunion with their old habitat. At first glance, the zoo seems exactly as they remembered: familiar spaces, familiar routines, and the same sense of security that defined their lives. Yet, something has changed within them. The excitement of the circus, the friendships they forged, and the discovery of their own talents have expanded their understanding of the world. The zoo, once a place of comfort, now feels smaller than their dreams. This realization becomes the turning point of the story. Instead of quietly settling back into their old routines, the animals recognize that the circus has become something special, not only for them, but for everyone involved. It represents creativity, community, and the freedom to explore who they truly are. Their decision they face is not just about geography, but about identity. Where do they truly belong? The answer emerges through the final performances, where the circus reaches the peak of its transformation. The lights flash in vibrant colors, music surges through the arena, and every performer contributes to a show that feels like a celebration of individuality. The audience responds with thunderous applause, proving that the once fading circus has been reborn as something extraordinary. In the end, the animals realize that home is not defined by a single location. It is created through friendships, shared experiences, and the courage to embrace change. Their journey across continents, through danger and discovery, has reshaped their understanding of themselves and the world around them. What began as a desperate attempt to return to New York becomes a story about finding purpose in unexpected places. Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, stands out within the series because it combines the wild humor and fast-paced adventure that fans expect with a surprisingly heartfelt exploration of creativity and belonging. The circus setting allows the film to push its visual imagination further than ever before, turning performances into explosive displays of color and movement. At the same time, the characters continue to grow, proving that even the most outrageous animated adventures can carry meaningful themes beneath the laughter. The film ultimately celebrates the idea that life's greatest discoveries often occur when plans fall apart. Alex, Marty, Melman, and Gloria set out with a clear goal: get back to New York. Yet along the way, they stumble into an entirely different future, one filled with bright lights, daring acts, and a community that values their uniqueness. Their journey reminds viewers that sometimes the path home leads somewhere entirely new, and that embracing the unexpected can transform ordinary dreams into extraordinary realities.